There's a lot of different ways to understand addiction. It's one of the most hotly debated issues, even in the mental health addiction arena, even in terms of what we call it. Like, is addiction
Mhm.
a proper word these days, or should we be referring it more to like as a person with a substance use disorder?
Mm.
Uh, so there's just so many different ways professionals have of understanding it. And what I'm giving you is really a synthesis of a lot of what I've studied combined with a lot of what I've experienced.
Mm.
And fundamentally, addiction offers us a path to make ourselves feel better after a horrendous experience. And for a lot of us, it's a very complicated childhood where things compound and compound and compound. And one of the words I think that's very important for anybody interested in this work to understand is dissociate, because dissociating is a part of the trauma phenomenon, and it
Mhm.
just means to sever or to separate. And we can think of dissociation as zoning out, checking out, being here but not here. And when you're a kid growing up in a lot of traumatic experiences, you get very good at doing that with your imagination, with just kind of your brain processes to not feel things so strongly in the present moment. When substances enter the picture, for a lot of us, it's in our early teens or preteens, uh, it's like it enhances our ability to dissociate. It helps us get there quicker. And it's often a lot of reinforcing behaviors that can do that too, like gambling or just anything that causes the dopamine release.
Mhm.
And so for many of us, addiction starts out as something we're exposed to rather innocuously, and we get this sense of, wow, that makes us feel good in a life that really doesn't.
Mhm.
And there's a lot of understanding and debate about, is it something one's genetically predisposed to or not? And I think it's both for a lot of people, that some of us do have the hardwiring that runs in the family.
Sure.
Yet the more and more I've seen and studied and experienced through people in the years, there trauma is really at the heart of so much of addiction. Maybe
Mhm.
not all, but I would ballpark it at about 99%. And
Wow.
even for the 1% of people who don't really have a lot of trauma in their history who develop addiction, they probably have exposed themselves to some kind of trauma or wounding through their addictive processes. So
Sure. Yeah, makes sense.
one way or another, it's involved. And so for those of us who seek substances, it's really the body's way to just want to feel good in a life that doesn't.
Mhm.
And I do not shame people for going down that path because of what causes so much of it. Yet, like, my first mentor really helped me to see, now that you know that, and now that you
Mhm.
know it's causing problems in your life,
Mhm.
what's the plan here to help you learn a different way for
Mhm.
being in the world? And I was grateful that I found that, started to find that path rather young. I was 23 when I got sober,
Yeah.
and I believe it gave me a very, it's still a challenging life. Yet
Yeah.
I'm much, I mean, and I have life, because I don't think I often say I don't think I would have made it to 25.